Just looking at third base, we get our signs. Now look, if we steal the base and the hitter fouls the ball off and we're coming back to the base, don't wait to get to the base to get your sign. So as you're coming back, look at your coach. Get your signs like this while you're coming back, as you're jogging back. Because what we don't want to do, we don't want to get to the base and then we have to wait. Now everybody's looking at him. As you're coming back, he's giving you the bunt sign. Now we got the bunt sign. We know. So as you're coming back, look for the signs on a foul ball when you go that way. But when the ball's in play, always get your signs with your feet on the base. Get your signs. Okay, good. We know what's going on. Now, when we take our primary lead, everybody has to take it exactly the same. Like I said, this is the biggest compliment you can pay to your coaches. You guys take great leads and you do all the stuff that can be taught. Base running will make your coaching staff look very good. And you guys have a fantastic coaching staff. One of the proudest moments for me as a coach, as an instructor, I've got to work with a bunch of big leaguers, like when they were little kids, and one of them was Dalton Pompey. And I started working with Dalton when he was 12 years old. And we did this exact same base running stuff with him when he was a Tiger, and he played for the 12U Tigers. And when he got into the last time I worked with him, he was 12 years old. Because at 13 he went somewhere else, and I really, I coached against him, but I didn't really have much to do with him after that. And when he got to the big leagues with the Blue Jays, he took the lead exactly the same way as we did it as Tigers at 12 years old. And what it is this. You take a look, you got your signs. This is how we take it. First foot off with our left. 1, 2, 3. And that's the minimum lead we can take. That's minimum. It cannot be shorter than this. If it's shorter than this, you're not playing baseball. It has to be at least this long. If you want to get a little bit more, maybe take 3.5. And that's the maximum lead. 3.5. Maximum lead. So when we go back to 3, one thing we have to make sure, guys, is when we take it, we're at the front edge of the base. Not back here. And the reason, there's 2 reasons for it. Anybody see a reason why I don't want to take my lead out there? Anybody see a reason? Maybe, but maybe not, because actually it probably isn't, because if I go with my right, it's going to be right there, it's a straight line. So that's a good idea, and it's kind of the right answer, but it's not back to the base. A direct line to where? To the next base. Right? If I'm here, this is longer to the base than if I'm in here. So it's to the next base. What's the other reason? The other reason is when you're back here, guys, it's like an optical illusion for the pitcher. You know how pitchers, when they come set, they're looking at you like this out of the corner of their eye? When you're back here, it looks like you have a big lead. This looks like you have a big lead. Get closer, and you're just like this. So we gotta be in, not back here. Why do we take 3 steps? Watch what it is, guys. In 3 steps, to go back to the base is just like this. We don't want to go back and standing up. If we're going back and standing up, then we don't have a big enough lead. We want to dive back into first base all the time. And then for 3.5 steps, watch what happens. Pitcher picks us off, we cross over with our right foot, and then we dive to the back corner with our right hand. Cross over and dive, watch how far I am. It's a crossover and dive on there. So that's why we want to be 3.5 steps. Crossover and dive to get back. When we're out here, our base stealing stance, this is very important, that our feet are staggered and this foot is open. So the reason we want to be here, watch what happens, guys. When I take out the second base, watch what happens. I'm running that way, you go that way. Don't want that. So I want to be back here. If I'm square, now this is already, it's kind of like cheating in my hips. So now when I go, when I take off, it looks like this. And I'm in a straight line to second base. So that's my base stealing stance. Now, how far do you want your feet apart? That's up to you. Some guys are quicker from this position, twice the shoulder width. Some guys are quicker with their feet underneath them and standing up a little bit more. Me personally, I felt better right here. Other guys, they get right down low. What we don't want is this. Why don't we want this? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, there's the biggest one. For me, when I see somebody like this, it shows them they're scared, but I really think they're scared. I really think you're